Rob Squared.
Ooh. Me?
Robert.
You?
You.
Robert. It's been a while since I've heard Robert.
Well, that's a very professional, it's a professional name. And
You
although
ever-
we're professional fanatics,
You
sometimes
ever,
we're
like-
not always the most professional on
Yeah.
this podcast.
You ever talk to like a doctor's office or something? Where,
Yeah.
Do you prefer Rob or Robert? Like whatever.
Yeah.
But then it goes on like which one? Like Rob.
Yeah.
Rob, just call me Rob. So
I
you
used to be
prefer
called
Rob?
Robbie when I was a kid. That's a very
yeah,
young... No, you're never Robbie?
No, I used to call Nick Nicky.
Somehow Robbie Anderson still goes by Robbie.
Yeah.
Weird. Imagine if his name was Robert Anderson. Right?
Sounds like Mr. Anderson.
I was thinking the same thing. Mr. Anderson. All right, Rob Squared. We're doing our Week 5 picks here. And we've had some pretty nice luck. I'm 6-3. You are 6-2-1.
Yeah, we missed.
So,
was it week 1 or
We
week
missed
2?
Week 2.
Week 2.
So this week we're going to give you a bonus pick.
Yeah.
We're going to go forward. We're going to slowly try to make up that week.
Yeah.
And we do like 4 games, both of us. I mean, obviously, we always think we like them until we bet and we
Yeah,
lose,
yeah.
which happens.
Well, you lose a little bit more than I do, but
Well, I've won half a game so far in this, at least for this exercise.
yeah.
So I'll start with my first game, and we're going to kind of go chronologically, like we like to do in terms of the time of the game.
Yeah,
right?
I try and get at least one noon early
Yeah.
game, then a 3 p.m., and then
Yeah.
either the late games or Sunday or Monday.
So my first one, there is a London game. Just
Yeah.
also for everyone, some people don't realize that for lineups and stuff like that, that London game starts at 9 Central Time.
Yeah.
Okay, so be ready for that because that's earlier than noon. Make sure you have your lineup set.
You're watching from the West Coast. That's like 6:30, 6.
Yes. So it is Jets at Falcons. It's a real stinker.
Real barn burner. Yeah.
It's not good.
we're
Well,
really exporting our highest quality product.
Right.
It's,
so you call it a barn burner, which is funny because I'm taking the under here.
oh.
And it was up to 46, which is funny that it opened at 42. And you
Right,
hit
right.
the over at 42.
40. I got it at 43. I think.
Okay, but I think it opened at 42.
Yeah, I'm not normally over under guy, but I also bet it on Sunday night or Monday morning,
Yeah.
like prior to Ridley being out and everything like that.
Right. So then it started at 42. It got all the way up to 46, maybe even 46 and a half, depending on the platform. And right now, I bet the under at 46 when I saw it, right after the Ridley news broke.
Yeah.
I rushed to my app, and I was like, well, I don't know, man. They're missing Ridley. They're missing Gage.
Yep.
The Jets don't score much. What they score last week? 23 points in that crazy long game against the Titans.
Yeah.
And they looked good last week, which is a little scary. But at 45 and a half, that's somewhat high. I mean, that's middle of the road, right?
Yeah.
With 2 struggling quarterbacks.
Put it in perspective, we're recording this on Friday. If you had bet that over under on last night's game, I still think it went under.
Yeah.
So
With 2,
it was, what was it, 20, what was the game last night?
it was like 43 total points.
Yeah.
So.
And that seemed like at least in the second half, a back and forth
Yeah.
game. Like Geno Smith went down and scored twice in the
Right.
fourth quarter.
Crazy.
Like
They were better with Geno Smith,
Yeah.
right?
They scored more efficiently. Yeah.
Well, Geno Smith is better than McBeth.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So I just like the under, and also just the early, I feel like the early start, flying across the pond, as they say. Yeah, maybe the defense can make some bad plays and they score touchdowns, but also I get to see a lot of slow, shitty drives, field goals,
Yeah.
some nerves. I don't know. I feel like that number should be closer to what it opened at, especially after the Ridley news. I know Ridley hasn't been doing much for fantasy,
Yeah.
but the man still demands double coverage. He's their only weapon. You take out Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. It's the receiving core is, I mean,
I could see this game very easily being 32 to 34 total points scored. Right? I just don't see it being 58 points total scored. Like
I get it. It's just, I don't know. I think both the Falcons and the Jets are starting to find their footing on offense.
Mhm.
And the Falcons have a horrible, horrible defense.
Mhm.
I just think that the Falcons will be a little more composed with Matt Ryan. So if the Jets, I think the worst thing that could happen to you is the Jets go up like 14-0.
yes. I don't know if there's 2 touchdowns scored in this game.
Yeah.
So,
So
who
you
you
feel
got?
pretty strongly about it.
I do. I mean, obviously, I rushed and put $100
Yeah.
on it at
After
46, so.
after the Ridley news, I just said, all right, I have it over 43. I'm just going to ride with that. I don't have a strong feeling either way.
Yeah.
I liked it a little bit before. It was a small bet, like $25.
All right.
But, my first game is, actually, I think we're on different sides on this one. So I'll do this one because I think the second one is we're on the same side. So this one is the Bengals +3. I think this one started out closer to 5 or 6.
Yeah, 4.5.
It was bet down. Yeah, it was bet down. To me, this just looks like a what's the term?
Trap game?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, with the Packers, I feel like they came out, got their asses kicked, and had 3 emotional wins, 2 in prime time. Like Rodgers in prime time, to me, it seems like he's a little extra motivation there. And then with the Bengals, they're at home coming off Joe Burrow for the first time, has 2 wins in a row, I believe. I don't know. It feels like a letdown spot for the Packers, and it feels like a Bengals team that is on the rise. Where I feel like the Packers might be a little complacent, and they don't have the best defense right now. I think they're hurting pretty bad on defense. They just signed the kid from
Jalen
Dallas.
Smith. Yep.
I don't know. I think the receiving corps for Cincy's better. The quarterback play throughout this year has probably been the same. I know Burrow hasn't gotten sacked more than like once or twice the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Bengals +3.
Joe Mixon's probably out though. That doesn't make a difference to you.
Not with line. No.
Well, I'm not talking about the line for just the game. Like he's not that important.
Well, if it affected the game, it would affect the line.
Yeah, somehow the line's been going to the Bengals, which is confusing to me. I know the Bengals are at home, so I actually have the Packers -3. So usually when we pick the same game, that's a guarantee. At this point, I can tell you one of us is going to win. Or actually, no, the Packers will probably win by a field goal.
This is
and we'll
nice.
both
So
have it.
now I can bury you, and that'll be that.
All right. Well, I just go with the quarterback here, and also for me, both teams are 3-1 right now, and I'm kind of throwing out that New Orleans game for the Packers. I don't know what the fuck that was, but they've looked really good since. Yeah. It was the Saints game, bad, and then the first half against the Lions, bad. That's the first 6 quarters of football. Since then, they've been one of the better teams in football. I trust Aaron Rodgers. I just don't feel like they're going to lose to the Bengals. The Bengals are 3-1. I don't see the Bengals going to 4-1.
You know what I mean? I hate how much it feels like the Packers, especially Aaron Rodgers, is just floating through the season. He's just assuming that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a fire in his belly right now.
No, but they need to get this first round bye. Okay, and it looks like the 2 teams in the NFC West. We already know what they are. Cards are undefeated, and then the Rams.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to have to be 3 losses max if you want to get that bye. Maybe 4 since they added the game of the season. So you can lose 4 games and possibly get the bye.
There's 3 byes now, right?
No, there's 2 byes.
2. Well, there's 7 teams that make the playoffs. So 4 division winners.
No, it's still 6.
I think it's 7 now. Because only the first seed gets a first round bye now.
Oh, they did change that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Even more reason for the thanks, dude. Even more reason for the Packers to win. Let's go! All right, so we did those 2 games. I'm going to give you my next one, which is Titans -4.5 at the Jags.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
So we can just knock this out at the same time.
Let's go. Yeah. Nice. A third agreement pick. And right now we're 2-0 on our agreement picks so far.
All right.
With some easy wins.
Well, we had Seahawks last week, and then was it the Chiefs?
No, and then it was the Bills against the fucking Dolphins week 2 or week 3 or whatever it was.
Cool. Well,
that was the easiest one ever.
We need to
so this is our third one, and he's been kind of on this earlier with the whole Urban Meyer thing since Urban Meyer started, taking girls' wedgies out.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you have a wedgie, I'll grab this. Oh, wait, I'm on camera.
Everyone has to do their part.
Do you have a wedgie? I can.
Yeah.
We could recreate the Urban Meyer grind. We'll give that to you guys. Oh shit! So
what's your record?
I am 6-3, and you are 6-2-1. So it was at 4 for the longest time. You commented many times, texting me. You're like, I can't believe this line isn't moving after all the Urban Meyer shit.
Yep.
And I think what finally moved it to 4.5 is Julio was just ruled out. But surprisingly, I thought AJ was going to be out longer than Julio because he was ruled out instantly in that game. He was out, and Julio's injury was more mysterious.
Yeah.
AJ Brown's playing.
Yeah.
Now,
is it official?
It's official. I mean, he's been practicing. It's not official, but he's been practicing.
It won't be official,
so
he's playing, right?
He's playing, which is a boom for them.
Yeah.
They really need him. Minus 4.5. Yeah, I don't like laying the points, but I can just see this being a 31-10 game.
I almost went in to get odds. I almost put it up to 5.5 just to get plus
Right.
money on it, plus
Because we're
110
looking
or
at
something
the,
like that.
the blowout here.
I'm not. I just don't see. I can't see a way that the Jags come motivated. And believe it or not, the Colts are right on the Titans' ass now. Like they're one game back, and with that, you're not. There's not going to be a wild card coming out of that division.
No.
out of the South. So it's.
And this
it's
is
important
not
for the Titans to win.
if they're not motivated, which they probably shouldn't be. That they weren't motivated before this. Obviously, losing week 1 to the Texans.
Yeah.
And they didn't rally behind them before this. Now they're definitely not. The one team you don't want to play when you're not motivated and not like really into it is Derek fucking Henry and the Titans.
Yeah.
Because what are they going to do? They're going to run the ball down your throat. And if your heart's not into it and you're not giving it your all and trying to play for something, your team, your coach, whatever, Derek Henry's going to eat you alive.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to be really focused on tackling that man. And I can just see some 8-yard gains turning into 15-yard gains real easy by some arm tackles.
Yeah. The sprinkler effect. You can shove through the sprinkler.
Yeah. And if Derek Henry's doing sprinkler shit, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get 30 carries. So, what's your last game?
Well, so we're doing 4, right?
Yeah.
I have at the 3. So I have the Bengals +3, Titans minus 4.5. Then at the 3 p.m. So the later games, I have the Browns plus 2.5.
Second to last game. All right.
Yeah. This one's pretty simple to me.
It's just like last week, right?
Yeah, they're a different tier than the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers are a good team, but just the Browns are a better team.
This is probably a little overreactionary to what we saw last Monday for Monday Night Football, right? Like people are on the Chargers because they got to see it on national TV.
Yeah,
And they look good.
yeah. I don't remember. I don't recall what the line was prior, but I'm assuming had the Raiders come back,
It was a pick 'em.
was it?
Maybe it was -1 Browns, dude. So it's been moving.
Yeah, it's. I get it, especially with the news of Baker coming out with his torn labrum and all that. But he's been playing since week 2 with it.
He's fine. It's not his non-throwing shoulder, by the way. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nothing's changed on that front with me.
And Nick Chubb's due to bust.
Yeah, he's still been playing well.
Yeah.
So, Browns plus 2.5.
All right, my last game, Chiefs. Sunday Night Football. It's at -2.5 right now.
Yeah.
So at 3, just like the Packers, it's more risky because they could win by a field goal and you half. This one, they just got to win by a field goal. The Chiefs lose this game, they're 2-3.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And the thing is, like, they're already last place in the division, but everyone else in the division is 3-1 right now.
Mm-hmm. So this is a big game for them. If they have any aspirations of getting that bye, they lose this game, man, they can only lose maybe one more game the rest of the year. Maybe not even, dude, because they're losing to the Bills. Therefore, Bills will get the tiebreaker. And the Bills are hot right now. It's dangerous to bet against the hottest team of football. We call them the hottest team of football right now. But they've also been playing shitty ass competition. The Dolphins, dude, bad. Like now the Dolphins win looks less impressive after what we've seen.
So,
The Texans, I mean, come on.
no, I'm with you.
So
You're not wrong.
I'm just like the Chiefs have lost to some good teams. Obviously, look at the Chargers now. Everyone's on the Chargers. Well, that loss doesn't look as bad because the Chargers are beating up on people and their defense looks like shit.
Yep.
The Ravens lost. They should no business losing that game, but the Ravens look now are 3-1. You know what I mean? Like they're not losing to bad teams.
Yeah.
And they got their attention back. I just feel like prime time. It's in Kansas City. Like it's a 3-point line no matter what. Just the home team, and they're only 2.5. So what are you trying to say? The public's saying the Bills are better than the Chiefs?
It is an exciting game to watch. My lean is Bills, but not enough to bet on it.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm teasing the Bills to get over the touchdown.
Okay.
I'm excited to see because this is
It's gonna be a great game.
To me, this is like where you believe the Chiefs. Because I was in the same belief as you. Like this game was 2 weeks ago. I'm loving. What was the line then with the Chiefs? They're probably even
5.5.
So just this is a game I'm really excited to watch simply so I can understand both teams better because, like you said, the Bills haven't played anyone.
They've had a benchmark game yet,
and the Chiefs have played a pretty tough schedule, but they're not performing. So
yeah, and it's not like they're just not getting blown out. It's just they're losing dumb games. Both those games.
As the forefront like Super Bowl contender, you came into the season with the number 1 MVP candidate. Like literally, people were betting on them to go 17-0, and so this is a big.
And they even said it; they want to go 17-0.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, so. If I'm gonna choose a side, granted, it's like we don't have to bet on any game, so it's kind of dumb for me to say that. But like, just give me Mahomes.
Yeah.
Give me the team that has a worse record that means Obviously, it means a lot to the Bills, but like this is the Chiefs' season in terms of this is their bye, the chance to get that bye.
Yeah.
If they don't get this, they're 2 games back, 3 games back, right? Essentially, because the
Everyone else is
tiebreaker.
3-1. So depending on,
I'm
what
just saying for the
Broncos-
Bills would have 1 loss.
Oh.
They would have 3, and then if they tied with the Bills at the end of the season, they would not have it.
Yeah.
If they'd be down 3 games for home field, dude. That's a death knell for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The Bills are. I mean, we saw it week 1. They lost to the Steelers. Maybe the Steelers' only win of the year.
yeah, well,
That's
until they bench Big Ben and they go off.
So my
All right.
last game,
Yeah.
Monday night, I'm taking the Colts +7. It's just one of my leans that I had maybe a couple weeks ago. I started talking about how the Colts are going to start going. I feel like the Colts are going to maybe have the potential rattle off 4 or 5 wins in a row. And so this is the second game. So I started talking about this last week. I think the Colts are still going to win the division. And for that to happen, they have to start winning games.
Yeah.
So the +7, I think it's going to be competitive. I think that they're already. I mean, I'm a fan of Wentz. I know he's not the best fantasy quarterback or whatever, but I like a gamer. I was a fan of him in Philly. I don't see any quit in that team.
No.
And I think Baltimore is one of the more overrated teams in the league.
Record-wise, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see. I don't think Baltimore is I don't think they're a Super Bowl.
Who do you like better, the Broncos or the Colts roster? Because they just played, the Baltimore just played Denver and kind of blew them out, but that's kind of misleading because Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. I think they're pretty comparable teams. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Right now, one has a way better record than the other, right? 1-3 versus 3-1.
Yeah,
I
I mean, the
feel like they're
over-under
similar.
for the Colts game wins prior to the season starting was probably 10.5. It's probably 7.5.
I think it was
now.
like 9.5. Yeah, it was right around the
10.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, prior to them winning last week, it was 7. So now it's 7.5. I just see the Colts starting to perform better, to perform up to their expectations. I think they're a better team, more balanced at least. So.
All right, wrap squared. Good luck. Wow, we actually have this is the first time we've had a counter bet.
Conflicting.
Nice. That's crazy. You're taking. See, the thing is, for me, if I was getting